Hey, Craftinistas, welcome back to my channel and another episode of Craftinista Sundays. I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe to my channel and then connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at Rakisha Craftinista, and I'd love for you to join my Facebook group called Crafters Plus Creators. Remember, like and subscribe, and then leave your suggestions for future tutorials in the comments. Hey Craftinistas, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to make our own monogrammed stemless wine glasses, but we're going to put an Afrocentric twist on it. So grab your craft supplies and get ready, because today we're going to be crafting for the culture.
So here's the supplies you're going to need for this project. You're going to need scissors, a microfiber towel, of course the wine glass. You're also going to need your cup cradle, the Kente print vinyl, plain black vinyl, and you'll also need contact paper or transfer tape. All right, so we're going to start out in Design Space by first picking our monogram font. Now I'm going to use the first letter of my nickname, Kiki. And I also found out that one of my friends, Shanice, she owns Party Mavens. She has designed some really dope Afrocentric images for the people at Cricut, and they're available in Design Space. Now I have Cricut access, so I have access to them, but they're also available for purchase as well. And I also want to make sure that you all know to keep your eyes on Design Space, because there are definitely more images coming where these came from. So if you're using Design Space for picking your font, I would recommend starting with the service WordMarket, wordmark.it. If you're anything like me and you spend tons of hours looking at different fonts, WordMarket can be very, very helpful. The only thing is, if you have Cricut access like I do, it won't show you the fonts that aren't already installed on your computer. So that's a big womp womp. But I want to give the vinyl a chance to really pop. So I want something bold, kind of like the X from Malcolm X. And by the way, random fact about me, I listen to Malcolm X's speeches at least once a week. The Ballot or the Bullet and Who Taught You to Hate Yourself are my personal favorites, and they're full of so many quotables. Start by typing out the letter K. And so I'm just going to type out a capital letter K. And then I'm going to go through some different font options just to see which one I like. Like I said, I want something very similar to like the X in Malcolm X. And right now this is Cricut Alphabet. It's cute, but not really what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go up here to my font options, going to select all, since like I said, I do have Cricut access. So I have access to a lot more fonts that I can play around with. And so I'm just going to start by, looking at how the K looks in different fonts. And you can play around with it. And if you want something more curly and cute, you are definitely encouraged to choose something that you like. As I always say, crafting is all about making something your own and making something that works for you. And so just because I'm picking a block font doesn't mean that it's something that you have to pick for your monogram. I just really want to make sure that the Kente shows very well and that it's really bold and it comes through clearly. And I don't want to use a script font to risk compromising that. So I'm gonna keep searching for different block fonts so that I can see which one I like the best. So let's try out this Bellway STD medium. Guessing that means standard. So let's try. Okay, this is perfect. All right, so that's the font that I'm going to use for the actual monogram. It's the Bellway STD Medium. You can see it over here under your layers. It has the name of the text. And next, I want to see if I can find an image that was created by Shanice that I can incorporate in the project as well. Her projects can be found searching Africa in Design Space. So you just click on images, and then it'll take you to this screen, and you'll go up here to the top. You'll type in Africa, and then you'll click the magnifying glass. And you can always filter by what's in Cricut Access, by what's free, by what you uploaded, by your images. You can always filter that way. But since I know I'm looking for something where I have access that was granted to me, thanks to the wonderful people at Cricut, and then you'll see all the different options now, which I'm so proud of them for taking the initiative to add more options, add more Afrocentric designs. This looks like that bird from that one rapper's album. So they have some lions, some elephants, some giraffes, zebra. I love elephants. Do I want to use an elephant? Maybe I'll keep it simple. And since I don't really know what all these hieroglyphs mean, I'm going to stay away from those until I can research what they mean. I'm not trying to call the ancestors to do no harm, no damage. All right, so let's go back to the top. I actually really like this heart with Africa inside, so I'm going to use this one. So then to insert your image, you'll select the image, and then you'll get a green box around it, and then you just click Insert Images. All right, sometimes they'll insert the images right on top of each other, and I don't think I'm gonna do the heart Africa with the Kente. I think I'm just going to do that plain black. So I'm going to change the color of the K so that it'll be two different cuts. And now comes the part where you need to size the monogram and your peekaboo design as well. And this is where a measuring tape is going to come in handy. So you can, of course, make it as big or as small as you want. But today I'm going to choose the easiest size and the size less likely to give me trouble when it's time to apply the decal. So the Stemless Wineglass from Dollar Tree measures about 5 inches from top to bottom. And I want the monogram to be almost in the middle. So I'm going to make the height, and you can adjust that up here. I'm going to make the height 2.75. And so that means, and I'll keep the same proportions, and that means the width is going to be 2.48. And that's for the monogram. I'm going to cut this out in the Kente print. Now for the Heart Inside Africa map, I'm going to use this for a peekaboo design on the bottom of the cup, and the diameter of the bottom of the glass from Dollar Tree is 2 inches. And I want it to sit as close to the middle as possible. So I'm going to make the design 1.43 in height. And you can change it the same way. And I'm going to keep the proportions. And so 1.43 in height gives me 1.676 in width. And I'm going to leave a little space so you're not constantly hitting the edges of the vinyl when you sit it down. So that's why I didn't make the diameter or the height 2 inches, because I wanted to make sure that it's not constantly hitting on those edges. Now that we have them sized, I'm going to make sure that the elements are set up so that they cut on 2 different maps. And the reason for that is because I'm going to reverse the Africa heart map design, and I'm going to leave the K to just cut the regular way. And so once you've chosen the size that you want them to be, then you'll go up here and click on Make It. And for the Africa heart map, I'm going to click Mirror because I want to mirror this design. And then for the K, I'm just going to leave that as is. And so you want to load up your vinyl shiny side up for the K and for the heart. And I'm cutting on the vinyl setting with my maker. And next, I'll show you how to weed your design and apply it with your transfer tape or your contact paper. After you cut out your designs, this is the fun part, and I absolutely love this print. So we're going to weed the design. We're going to start with the Kente print design, and you see my K here, similar to the Malcolm X, like I mentioned before. So you're going to weed your design, double check it to make sure you got all the parts out, and you're keeping the parts you want. And then we'll weed the second part. This is the Africa with the heart inside, or the heart inside Africa. So we're going to weed this out, including the Africa in the middle. And the next part is you're going to trim and apply your transfer tape. So again, I'm going to apply transfer tape to the K monogram first. I'm going to grab my library card and rub it just to make sure that when I'm ready to remove the backing, it'll come off easily. And then I'll trim the transfer tape again so that I can work with the Africa heart map. So following the same process, I'm going to rub it with my library card. And then I'm going to grab my glass, lay it flat on the table, and I'm going to apply the Africa heart map first. And what you want to do is remove the backing and then clean it with a microfiber towel to remove all the lint. And try your best to get it as centered as possible. And don't worry if the very first time you don't get it centered, it's okay. You can always remove it and then try again. So you want to press it, grab your card, rub it a little bit more just to make sure it's on there really well. And then once you're comfortable, you can go ahead and remove the transfer tape. And voila. That's the bottom of your glass. This is going to be your peekaboo part of your design. And you can always reuse your transfer tape too. So that's what it's going to look like from the bottom. Next, you're going to grab your cup cradle. And you might have to maneuver it a little bit because the glass is a little bit on the wide side. Microfiber towel again to clean off the glass. Another peek at the peekaboo design here. And now we're going to apply the monogram K, which I absolutely love this print in case y'all haven't heard me say that enough. JSI Signs does a really great job with printing this vinyl. So I'm just removing the backing from it, and we've already cleaned it. So now I'm just going to apply it to the glass, and I'm going to try to get it as centered as possible. And once I'm sure that it's where I want it to be, then I'll start rubbing from the middle and work my way from the middle to the outside. And you can just rub it with your fingers. The vinyl is actually a really good thickness. And then I'm grabbing my library card now and just rubbing it again to make sure that there are no air bubbles and to make sure that everything is applied cleanly and firmly. And next, you're just going to remove your transfer tape or your contact paper. And again, you can reuse this. This is actually a piece that I've been reusing. And this is what it will look like. So there you have it. You have your stemless monogrammed wine glass with your Afrocentric twist.
So this is permanent vinyl, so there's really no need for you to seal this at all. It cures on its own within like a week. And so the only thing is you want to make sure, in order to get the most out of the life of your cup, you want to make sure that you're not soaking it and that you're not putting it in a dishwasher. But other than that, it's going to last you a long time. This permanent vinyl is going to stay on the cup. It should not come off unless someone intentionally tries to take it off. So if you have a friend that is, you know, Afrocentric, they love like African prints and stuff, this will be a great gift for them for their birthday, even for their wedding gift, for a housewarming gift. It's definitely going to be something that they do not already have, and they may not have even thought something like this was possible. So if you have that friend or family member who's difficult to shop for, it's always good if you can make them something that they'll never be able to find in a store. Now, Jesus turned water into wine. I'm a Remy girl myself, a Patron girl, so I'll probably be more likely to put Remy or Patron in here versus wine. But it's good for all of that. So enjoy your drinkware. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends about me. Take care. Y'all know I had to do this for the culture, honey. So grab your craft supplies and get ready, because today we're going to the motherland. And the good thing is, you won't even need your passport. That's so corny. Get ready, y'all. We about to make these glasses. I don't know what I was thinking. How you can make your own stemless monogram stemless wine glasses. I'm going to learn how to make stemless monogram wine glasses. Monogram stemless wine glasses.